I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. We are moments away from kickoff, and we've got a good one on tap between the Carolina Panthers and the New York Giants. With that, let's get up to MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. Standing by for the call, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Carolina Panthers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and for both of these teams that we're going to see, Charles, the future is kind of right now. You know, this is something you only see a handful of times in an NFL season where you've got a rookie quarterback versus a rookie quarterback. And I think a lot of that has to do with the era we're in now, because our dads, they didn't see rookie quarterbacks go against each other. In fact, it could be 2-3 years before they even saw the playing field. Nowadays, you get drafted, they expect you to play earlier, and these guys as competitors, they'll take their lumps early, but they'd rather be on the field. The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this one. And we are underway from MetLife Stadium. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback. And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath. Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section. What the columnist write? Possible air raid. So we'll see. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Jones now throwing again. And this is going to be incomplete. Red Allison, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down. And the starting defense here for the Panthers. Eric Reed is a safety that you can use all over on defense, both in the box as a tackler and back deep as a cover man. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. From the gun, Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. So the coach putting the blitz on. And remember, that coach, former defender in this league. He loves this. Yeah, they love to see it happen because I think they just have that flashback about when they were playing, right? That's what we were taught. That's what we did. And they've used that same impact with their own teams and do the same type of teaching. Opening minute, and already a trip to the red zone. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Christian McCaffrey. His pops was a Giant for 3 years. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone. Pound the rock.
Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality and pound the rock.
On second down, McCaffrey. They got the ball in great field position after the fumble, but this defense tried to stand tall.
They certainly are, and a lot of times after you pick up a fumble or get an interception, you have momentum on your side. You kind of walk through a defense and score. Not so fast, not in this case.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. Stepping, and he's going to ball his way in for a Panther score. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from 5 yards out as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Defensively, they told us that the top priority was defending option plays this week, but here on the very first drive, the defense broke down a bit.
It certainly did, and it's really not a surprise because defending option football is difficult. You have to think too much. Most of the time, you just react to what you see and you play fast. Here, you're reacting, you're processing. Do I have the back? Do I have the quarterback? Who do I take? Do I take on a blocker? And next thing you know, he's in the end zone.
Extra point try, good by Gano. And that makes the score 7-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. The toss out to Barkley. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They've had touchdowns on both of their drives thus far, but now they face a 3rd and long. Now Jones finds his tight end Ingram. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina. This is taken at about the 14. Brushing off defenders. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. That'd be ideal.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there for the Panthers. 58 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. On the ground, McCaffrey. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
And he's going to ball his way in for a Panther score. It's their quarterback with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. We've seen this already from him in this game. Second time he's into the end zone with a rushing touchdown.
So the head coach is going to have a meeting with the owner this week. You know why? He's got to let the owner know, I know you wrote the check for his arm, but we're going to make him a part of our running game too. This guy can do it all. Let's see where he takes us.
Gano the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Well, they had to run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. Now Barkley stripped of the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he's got room. Taking it right down Broadway. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Gano for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
You ain't going nowhere.
On the draw, this is Barkley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. And that is incomplete. James Bradbury, he was right there to break it up.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is brought in at the 21. 12 yards on the return that time, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Carolina getting set to take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. The 30. 10. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore. 67 yards. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Gano now to add the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. One play, touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. We get a look at Sterling Shepard as he and the rest of the offense march out into place. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the second quarter, and they're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on him. There's 2 sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. Change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion. Anything possible to shake him free. Maybe that greater impact comes here on this drive.
A gain of 6 there on first. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Jones from the gun on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, it's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for New York. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Looking to go back to Thomas again, and that'll bring up second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. 2nd and 10. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march off another 15 against your squad.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now back to throw. Oh, he's going to let the... And he's got his man. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, 33 yards. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And, man, Charles, talk about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. Gano for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Pretty clean and simple there, just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates. Find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Throwing Jones, and it's incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. 3rd down here. The Giants on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. They'll complete this to Ingram, his tight end. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Back to throw. Jones. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's Luke Kuechly with a sack. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, you know, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football, not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process.
Here's Riley Dixon now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first half hat trick. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there just before halftime. 57 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. Partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. That's shedding his way forward. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise as his guys continue to pour it on.
Well, my education continues in this game, I've got to tell you, because there's not an analyst in the world that would have said pass up the field goal here, go for it, and expect for it to be successful, and it was. I mean, they're playing this one just like a video game.
Especially for the final play of the first half to have the guts to do that. But I guess, what do we say? The end will justify the means, right?
No doubt about it. For you and me, we live, we learn.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one, maybe not the hard-fought battle many had hoped for. This has been blowout city thus far, but still more football to be played. Who knows what could happen? As we send you right back out to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is, don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. A big play there on the catch and run. 73 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And the coach has decided to challenge this play. He has tossed down the red flag.
The previous play is under review.
That's it, baby. We're going to work. Just shy of the goal line. First and goal.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And he's going to bowl his way in for a Panther score. Christian McCaffrey taking it in as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up first and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they were able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown. We saw the payoff. But, of course, that big, long chunk play is what got them in position.
Hardly any time taken off the clock there. 2 plays, and they find the end zone for 6 points. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And New York set to take the field. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Here's Jones to throw again. And this is Shepard on the catch. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. Open man right side is Ingram. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, like hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Here's Riley Dixon now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Double dog, that's the way.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, 95 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Had 3 touchdown passes. You're right. He looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
Gano now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. And New York set to take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Jones. That's into the hands of the tight end, Ellison. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Jones operating from the gun, and that is incomplete. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Here's Riley Dixon now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the third quarter. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Airing it out for Olsen. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. 2nd and 2. He's going to look deep for more. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now another timeout called for by the offense. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They'll set up a throw. He gets it to Thomas. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Again, McCaffrey, and he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching, and he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Extra point try good by Gano, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. Oh, this is a touch cruel here. They've got the big lead. Now they're going for the jugular with the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds. So unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10. McCaffrey following the penalty. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up. 2nd and goal from the 1. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification. That's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense, because you can hand it to him, as we've seen. But you say 3 rushing touchdowns, and, of course, throw it to him where he's caught 1 as well.
Gano the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Oh, a little cruel here. They're going to go for the onside kick up big. And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
All day, every day, any day.
McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. A little bit of space there for the first down run as that's going to get him about 5 yards. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
At the 21-yard line.
This is McCaffrey. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Third down, here's McCaffrey. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And, well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll run for it. McCaffrey pushing his way through. And they can't. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top. One of the fun parts about working with you is that we've learned that there are different ways to do things than the way we were brought up to do them. This is Madden. Of course they were going to go ahead and get another score. What do you mean take a knee?
And that just makes the final margin even more lopsided. I think they earned themselves a cold drink from the fridge, right?
There's no doubt about it.
Maybe some pretzels, too, some hummus. Go crazy.
See, we've learned.
Go crazy.
We have learned the Madden way of doing things.
Now the final act of this victory, the extra point. It's up and good, and they add one more to what will wind up a fairly lopsided victory. So we had action to the very end of this one, the score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end, and you know some coaches preach that and tell their teams that's what I want all the time, and they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from MetLife Stadium.